With a bit of forethought, a 4 to 5 hour layover allows you to do a quick flyby of a new city's highlights or get deep into some specific part of a city. In this video, we're laying over at Midway, Chicago's older, less-known airport and one of Southwest's busiest stations, skipping the usual tourist spots, the baseball carnival of Wrigleyville, the hipster enclave of Logan Square, and instead heading for what can only be described as the post-industrial landscape of Chicago's near South Side for a tour of 4 craft beer taprooms. There's no mass transit, no buses or subways that'll take us on this route. It's all Uber and Lyft. The first stop, driving past Cook County Jail into the Douglas Park neighborhood, is Lagunitas. Now, we can argue if it's still a craft brewery now that it's owned by Heineken, but it does have the coolest walk to the taproom. Solid selection of beer. The taproom has most of their usual beers and some hard-to-find specialties. We hit the Waldo's Special pretty hard on this visit. Lagunitas is a big brewery. It's neat to walk overhead above the production floors and look down over all the steel, the tanks, the barrels. You won't see anything this big on the rest of our layover tour. We catch an Uber, which is not necessarily the easiest thing to do at Lagunitas. Seems that you have to guide them in. We're going to do sort of a clockwise loop from Midway to Lagunitas to the next South Side neighborhood, Pilsen and Low-Res Brewery. Now, the opposite of Lagunitas' big production floor, Low-Res has a few fermentation tanks in the back corner opposite kind of a nice sectional couch. It's a bit more of the neighborhood with artwork and a low-key vibe. We hop a lift ride down across the Chicago River to the south end of the Bridgeport neighborhood, down a street of old factories to the newest brewery on our tour, Marz. Nice selection of beers and merch, a bit more steel than Low-Res, and good food. Important, because this is our third taproom. We head further south to the back of the yards neighborhood to Whiner Beer and what has to be the funkiest building on this tour. At the end of a dead-end street inside an old meatpacking plant that includes a hydroponic farm and, on the second floor, a bakery and what looks like some sort of a meeting center. The Goose Island alums do a nice job with Belgian styles and wild beers. There's just the right level of hipster vibe and good pizzas cooked fresh in the brick oven on the other side of the brewery. 4 taprooms in an afternoon on Chicago's South Side, and we're back to Midway. Maybe the TSA lines won't bother us quite so much as we head back to catch our Southwest flight to wherever we're going next.
We got the slow pan, don't we?
Is that a pan? Panorama?
I think it's, assuming it's a video.
Yeah.